Restaurants are struggling to survive, forced to social distance and keep the number of people inside limited. Well, the other concern, how safe is it to eat out? Well, ABC asked 7 infectious disease experts. When asked, would you eat at a restaurant in an area that's a COVID hotspot, all of them said no.
In a hotspot state, everybody needs to be doing what they can to reduce the spread of the virus. That means social distancing, masks, all of the things that are really hard to do when you're eating out.
When asked if they would eat at a restaurant with low rates of transmission, 2 of the 7 said no. The experts say when it comes to outdoor restaurants, there are some key things they look for. Plenty of social distancing, the wait staff wearing masks, and if you're not eating, they suggest wearing your mask. Well, the director of the CDC says when it comes to wearing a mask as part of everyone's social responsibility, he would not go as far as suggesting there should be a national mask mandate. Take a listen.
I think our key is just to let the American public know how important this is, how important it is that we wear these masks, wash our hands, and really if we did this simple acts, that we could, in fact, answer your first question. You say, what's the future hold over the next 4, 6, 8 weeks? I think largely it's dependent upon how we respond to our request to everyone to embrace their own personal social responsibility and become part of the solution by wearing masks, washing hands.
And when it comes to returning to schools, parents are worried about how realistic it is to keep children socially distant, especially at lunch and at recess.
You know, I think it's really important to get our schools open. As I've said, it's not public health versus opening the schools for the economy. It's public health versus public health. I think there really are a number of negative public health consequences that have happened to our K through 12s by having these schools closed. And so it's so important now to work together with school districts to figure out how they can take our guidelines and operationalize them in a practical way, and to do it in a way that's safe for those that are vulnerable, particularly the teachers and those children.
Several school-aged grandchildren whom he would send back to school. He did mention one has cystic fibrosis, so he would have to see what precautions are in place before sending him back. Well, the Mecklenburg County's Board of Elections voted to make several of Charlotte's major stadiums and arenas early voting sites, and that includes Bank of America Stadium, the Spectrum Center, and Bojangles Coliseum. The board made the move to make sure there's enough room for voters to social distance at the polls.